So you know what's a hot take that I have? That like Killdozer guy, Martin Haymeyer, was a douchebag. Like just fucking sucked. He was an asshole. Like, cause what I do for a living is I am a journalist, and part of my job is I write a historical column. And this week I'm like, what I read about, ooh, the Killdozer. I remember like that Killdozer thing from the internet. Let's look into the. Oh, this guy just fucking sucks. Like he's such just a fucking petty loser. Because like if you read about how he is portrayed on the internet is they pushed him too far. He was a reasonable man driven to do unreasonable things by the corrupt government. And then you look into it and it's his grievances are they let his neighbor build a car. Are you serious? Like a male combi? This fucking sucks. Whatever, I'll catch it anyway. They let his neighbor build something on his property that he didn't like. Yeah, that's my favorite. Like libertarian, anti-government crusader, the guy who tried to murder a bunch of people because the government gave a building permit to his neighbor. Because when I think like the government's too overreaching, we need to stop them. Those people don't normally list the government overreach as giving building permits to property owners. Like in the other big, let me double check. Bob Mecco is who you are named, and you're going to be in the trash, Bob Mecco. You're useless. Um, I mean, I guess I could have delayed because there are other towns where the only thing you can get is a combi, but I didn't think about that until now. Um, like the other like thing that like pissed off the Killdozer guy is that what was it? What was it? The city said that he couldn't keep pumping his feces into the irrigation creek because not his fucking property, and B, don't. That like water goes to other places in the town. Like, stop fucking pouring your shit everywhere, asshole. Like, stop fucking pumping 10-year-old feces into this irrigation water. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Oh, it's okay. I've got a new plan. I'm going to dig a secret tunnel to connect to my neighbor's sewer without having to pay. Hey, you can't do that. But, fuck you. But, hey, you know what? Fuck you. This is ridiculous. You have to put in a sewer because, like, I can't even catch anything on this route. No, I can't. Looking at my route. Like, we're going to make you put in a sewer to stop you from stealing from your neighbor's sewer. Fuck you! This is terrorism! This is terrorism! And to be clear, what is not terrorism is carrying out violence and destruction for political aims! Like, it's just... Like, I live in a small town, and like all these fucking... Oh, he was pushed too far. Anyone would have reacted like this if they had to deal with the injustice of being told you couldn't pour your shit into the drinking water, and also the government gave a building permit to your neighbor that you didn't want him to get. Like, if anyone had to deal with such injustice, they would try and kill everyone too. Right? Like, I live in a fucking small town, a town the size of, like, Granby, Colorado. I've reported on actual fucking government corruption. Not this fucking petty bullshit. They said he couldn't steal his neighbor's sewer line and gave a building permit stuff. I reported on a city where a council member got into an argument with a firefighter over some petty shit, and then in the council meeting said, "I would like to accept this letter of resignation from this fire chief." And the fire chief's in the meeting says, "Hey, I didn't receive any. I didn't send in any letter. I don't want to resign." Actually, yes, you did. You turned in a letter of resignation that definitely exists, and I'm then making it up as an excuse to get rid of you. Like, that's a thing that... Ooh, I should have fucking healed. Is this guy... Oh, right, it's a fucking special move. Like, I've reported on corruption. I reported on a school where the school board president's son calls another student the N-word and gets suspended by the superintendent, rightfully so. So naturally, the school board forces the superintendent to retire, forces the superintendent to resign, allegedly. Like, I don't actually know the exact conversations, but he suddenly, out of the blue, after meeting with the school board, after they got pissed at him for uh, disciplining the school board president's son, like, he suddenly and abruptly resigned and then was barred from ever going to this building again. Like, he is not allowed to go there anymore, and this is where his children go to school because he had the goal to suspend the school board president's son for saying the N-word. And like, that's actual government. And you know what? In those two cases, what didn't fucking happen? No one pulled out a bulldozer and tried to murder a bunch of kids, because that would have been an insane, just cartoonishly ridiculous response to even actual corruption, to say nothing of the stop stealing your neighbor's sewer line bullshit that Martin Heimeyer had. And like, I am focusing on that. Oh no, that's bad. Ha ha, good job, Raven. I'm focusing on the like tried to kill everyone thing, because he tried to kill everyone. Like, he had fucking guns. He like he took he had a rifle and fired at his neighbor and fired at the police, and also he drove a fucking bulldozer through a library that seconds earlier was filled with children. He wanted to kill people. Like, oh, we're supposed to think he's a saint because he was a bad shot, because he couldn't aim at the person he was trying to murder. Like, what the fuck is this bullshit? He only killed himself, and also he tried to shoot a man in the head, but he was a bad shot. You know? And like, it's these fucking libertarian, like, well, I'm gonna overthrow the government because of its tyranny. Ah, yeah, I agree. The U.S. government is tyrannical. Yeah, they want billionaires to pay taxes. What the fuck? That's not what I'm talking about. That's not the actual fucking tyranny that exists. I was talking, when I think government tyranny, I think mass incarceration or killing hundreds of thousands of people in the war on terror for petty fucking for just the pettiest fucking reasons on the planet. Like, that's what I think of when I think of government tyranny. But my problem with, like, these fucking libertarian, like, overthrow the government, like, gun nut types is that they hate the government for the pettiest fucking shit on the planet that I don't give a shit about. Like, it's never over actual tyranny. It's never, like, anything reasonable that these guys hate the government for. It's always just minor, petty bullshit. And I think that's fucking stupid, Getting in my rant. I'm in a rant about Libertarians' mood, because, like, I'm editing my video on The Killing Joke, which is actually secret. It's actually about Watchmen, and in it, I originally had a 7-minute rant about why I fucking hated Ayn Rand. She was just the fucking worst. Now, do I want a Cubone or a Kangaskhan, or... Actually, yeah, I'll do that over the Hoenn sound encounters. Let's get a Cubone, because it's gonna be a Cubone. I'm not gonna get a Kangaskhan. It's a real rare... Actually, I should check the rock tunnel. But anyway, I did this, like, lengthy rant about why Ayn Rand was just the fucking worst. And she was, like, she was just the fucking worst. And what I focused mostly on was that she was a white supremacist who supported the Native American government. Like, and see, that goes to my fucking point about so many fucking libertarians being, they hate the government, not for the fucking right reasons. They don't hate the U.S. government for the genocide that was going on throughout Ayn Rand's life. Like, as a reminder, the United States government stopped forcibly sterilizing Native American women in the 70s. But no, the fucking tyranny that Ayn Rand wrote about so much is there's regulations on corporations and billionaires have to pay taxes. This is fucking Stalin's Russia. This is the tyranny, not the genocide that's ongoing. The taxes are the tyranny. Like, and Ayn Rand fucking supported the genocide. She was a big fucking genocide fan. Like, she gave speeches at West Point, and really awesome that West Point invites people to give speeches about why the genocide carried out by the U.S. military was awesome. Like, that's a good thing that West Point should do, I think. have people give speeches telling soldiers that genocide is awesome. Like, but anyway, Ayn Rand gave speeches supporting the Native American genocide about how actually it's good that the U.S. government carried out mass killings of Native Americans and invaded Native nations to expand territories and kidnap children to destroy their culture. All that fucking awesome authoritarian genocide stuff carried out by the United States government. She talked about how it was fucking awesome because they were uncivilized, barely above animals. Like, Ayn Rand was just the fucking worst. Also, really big fan of genocide in Palestine. She would love what's going on. Like with her, actually the Arabs are uncivilized and and have never understood science. And like, shut the fuck up. Have you ever heard of the golden age of mathematics? You stupid racist troglodyte. And like, Ayn Rand was just the fucking worst. I give that rant. And what originally spawned it was I was talking about Watchmen. I was talking about the ideology of Rorschach. And I talked about how he's based off objectivist heroes like Mr. and the Question created by Steve Ditko, and I did mention like an Alan Moore quote that he gave about Ayn Rand and objectivism, where he called it, and I quote, "White supremacist dreams of a master race." Oh god, how does that quote? The point is, he called like Ayn Rand's work like sounding like fucking white supremacist Nazi shit, and I talk about why that is, and just the fact that Ayn Rand, big fucking white supremacists, like diehard, loved government carried out genocides, fucking adored them because, like, well, if there wasn't those genocides, it would have been bad for American capitalists, and her whole thing is framing the rights of American fucking capitalists to kill people as freedom and the rights of people to not be murdered or as, you know, being who gives a shit. But anyway, Ayn Rand. I did that whole rant, and then after editing it, I realized, shit. This killed the pacing, so I deleted it all from the timeline. Well, actually, I copied it to a different project that I'm going to export and upload as a deleted scene when I upload the rest of it. Maybe I'll keep the video unlisted, or just put it in the playlist. I'm not sure. But anyway, I fucking hate Ayn Rand. She was a genocidal white supremacist who loved government tyranny. Fuck Ayn Rand. Just fuck her. She sucked. And where was I? Let's go back to fucking Killdozer. And, like, the thing about Killdozer is they pushed him. They made him deal with the tyranny of having a concrete plant next to your business. And as a consequence, because of this concrete plant, he only made $400,000 in profit when he sold his business so he would have more time to work on his murder scheme. Like, could you imagine only making 10 times as much money as you paid for a piece of property? Like, this is the greatest injustice in American history, that poor man only made $400,000. And, like, hold on, which one do I have to talk to start the quest? What do you want to trade for Magneton? I don't have a dog trail. And, like, the reasons, like, okay, so, like, yeah, maybe he disliked Cody Doshev because he put up the concrete plat that didn't fucking block his driveway. People still say that, and it's been so thoroughly debunked. There are photos of the business. You can see that nothing was blocked. Like, every witness, every person who lived from that town says it wasn't blocked. The fucking courts said that it isn't blocked. And, of course, people's response, I've seen these fucking stupid YouTube comment sections, is, actually, the judge is corrupt and lying about it being blocked, even though we have fucking photographs that show it wasn't blocked. But what's your evidence that the judge is corrupt? Well, he ruled against Marvin Haymeyer, which means that he was corrupt because he ruled against Marvin Haymeyer, which thus is corrupt. Because the point is that he ruled against Marvin Haymeyer because he was corrupt, and the evidence that he's corrupt is because he ruled against. And none of this is fucking circular logic at all. No, The fact anyone who disliked Marvin Haymeyer cannot be trusted because they dislike Marvin Haymeyer, who was an innocent person who shouldn't have been disliked. And like, there's no evidence that anyone disliked him for a good reason because, of course, all of the people who disliked him can't be trusted because they disliked him. What a fucking load of shit. And like, if you look at his 107 people list of people he wants to fucking murder, like, it's people who are on it for the pettiest shit imaginable. Like, uh, there was a guy whose business he destroyed, because, what was it? At, like, early in this fucking, Killdozer, or early in this fight against the concrete plant, this friend of Marvin Haymeyer's, signs a petition opposing it. But then he didn't sign the second petition, so Haymeyer had no choice but to try and kill him because he did he did the horrible, unforgivable action of only supporting him a little. And actually, I don't remember this part of the game well enough. Did I get the power plant parts, or do I have to chase him to a third location? Like, he only signed the first petition and not the second one. That is, like, the type of... I'm looking this up before I waste time. That's the type... Like, anyone would kill someone who only signed their petition once. Like, wouldn't you kill someone if they only signed your petition the first time? Like, well, fucking load of bullshit. Okay. Okay, so... Hidden sites really in gym. Inflatable tubes in the back. Yeah, I did not remember that shit. And like the other, another person on this list that I kind of, as a journalist, it fucking pisses me off to see people say, yeah, this was justified. That the newspaper published an editorial that was critical of Marvin Haymeyer in his, like, in his fight against the concrete plant. It said, fucking, can't fucking talk today. It's, the newspaper published an editorial saying that the concrete plant should exist. So naturally, Marvin Haymeyer bulldozed the newspaper and almost killed the head editor. Like, the guy says in interviews, if I had tripped, I would have been killed. I had seconds to get out of there before he drove through my building. And like, is his name Patrick Brewer? Like, the journalist who Marvin Haymeyer attempted to murder became one of the main people discussing the Killdozer story, and like made a documentary about why the Killdozer guy was a fucking asshole. I forgot to save at the Pokemon Center, and all the people on the comments of that documentary are like, actually, you're biased. You're biased. We can't trust any word you have to say because you're biased, because you don't like Marvin Haymeyer, because you don't like him just because he tried to murder you, and thus actually was justified in trying to kill you because you said you didn't like him after he tried to murder you. Like, this fucking victim blaming bullshit. And it's just in that case, it's just because people hate journalists with a burning passion and want to see them murdered, which is that's bad. I don't like that is a thing that exists in this country. It's just a stupid load of bullshit. And like, another thing, like, one of these, I watched before I wrote this, I read a bunch of interviews, read about it, watched two documentaries. I watched one that was pro Killdozer murdering all those people, or at least trying to murder all those people, and one from one of his attempted victims, which was, this guy's a fucking asshole. And like, God, all these people like, oh, that journalist, he's just so corrupt in portraying Marvin Haymeyer as an asshole because just because he tried to murder him. Like, he should have been murdered. Like, what a load of bullshit. And these fucking documentaries, like, call him Marv. Don't call him Haymeyer. Like, I mean, that's what I do is I call people by their last names because I'm a fucking journalist, and that's what you do. I call him Haymeyer. But all these people were like, Marv, my good friend Marv, who I never met, who I only like because he tried to kill people. Like, poor Marv. I'm gonna call him Marv, like he was friend. Like, I knew this guy. He was Marv. He was my buddy Marv, who I've never met, who I just reflect all of my grievances onto. So, like, do the anti-government, like, oh, Killdozer was awesome, do those people, how do they square with the fact that, like, one of the big things he did was try and get the EPA to keep his neighbor from opening a business? Like, when I think of libertarian heroes, I think trying to get the EPA to stop a man from opening a business. Like, that is the most libertarian thing you can do, is get the EPA involved. Well, a load of fucking bullshit. Like, uh, he bulldozed the house of the former mayor who he hated for the fucking building permit stuff, who had been dead for 3 years. Like, that's a good way to show those people who hurt you, who have been dead for years. Like, on cases of local government corruption, one of them is more recent and there hasn't been elections yet. But the other time, all the fucking people part of the corruption lost. They lost all power because the public got sick of them being assholes. So if there was genuine corruption in the Killdozer case, those people should have lost office. And from what I saw, it's like in all the reports, this business where a former town board member worked. This business where a former town board member worked. Like, most of the people he had a beef with weren't even in the fucking government anymore. So why did he destroy fucking City Hall? Like, they weren't in power. Like, just a load of fucking bullshit. I've been ranting for 20 minutes about Killdozer, because Killdozer is just the fucking worst. I'm gonna set this Pokemon Center so I can fly back to here later. Before I leave. Like, I fucking hate Killdozer. I think people who think Killdozer are a hero are just annoying fucking assholes. Like, the dude sucked. He was a douchebag. Like, fuck him. Just fuck him. Hold on. Do I have anything else I want to say about Killdozer? Because I think after that, I'm never talking about this topic again. Because I wonder if anyone will get drawn by it. Because I'm going to name this, like, the Killdozer guy was a loser or some fucking shit like that. And it might draw on annoying commenters. I'm not sure. But anyway, give me the radio card so I can go get Pokemon. I think I've said everything I want to say about Killdozer being just a fucking loser, and he was a douchebag, and all the people who like him suck in my experience. And yep, that's all I got to say about Killdozer. Now let's respond to those comments, which is what I do in these Nuzlocke vlogs. On Destiny of Dave Strider, Bob, Mencho Bob, says, I also argue that Dave Petta exists as a perfect blend to hurt English in another way. Dave Petta, the fusion of the guy who is destined to kill Lord English and someone who acts just like Calliope. I don't know if Nepeta, I get what you're saying. I don't know if Nepeta acts just like Calliope, although, I mean, they are similar on being the audience surrogate into fanfic and shit. And yeah, encoding overload. I've got a shitty laptop, but I can't. It sucks that I struggle on this PC to run Nintendo. Jesus Christ, that is slowing down. I'm lowering my frame rate. Maybe that'll help. I'm going in normal. Oh god, this game in normal speed is just the worst, though. Like, I don't know why my computer just shut the bed. At least audio is still working. Holy shit, is this game, like, freezing? Read the comment, because that is part of this. Lord English is forever stuck in a weird adolescence. I'm speeding it the fuck up. He can never complete what his biology demands that he seek out. He destroys everything in his path out of hatred to Calliope because he's unable to blame himself. Jesus Christ, what's happening to this game? What am I being cursed because I called the Killdozer guy a douchebag? Well, in my defense, he was a douchebag. I'm gonna do Rock Tunnel off screen because it's just nothing filler dungeon. where was it? He does nothing but seek her out, and then suddenly he's face to face with someone who's both destined to be his end, but also someone who is just like the girl he's destroying multiverses to find. What is happening to this game? It is never lagged like this. Jesus. Anyway, Pokegear. How do I Pokegear this? Oh god, that fucking crisp lag. Um, there is also a fun little note of the fact that Lord English, well-known misogynist, was finding someone who was a female, was a fusion of male and female. I don't know how much I subscribe to this. Hold on. Where's the where? Oh wait, Pokemon Music Channel. Yeah, that's what I want. Yeah. Yeah, Pokemon Music Channel. I don't know how much I buy that. Like, Lord English, Pet is a counterpart to Calliope. I don't really know if that tracks, but it's an interesting idea at least. Dave Petta is a very. Why is this game not working? I don't understand. It was working so good a second ago. Now it's going at like 2 frames a second, and like turning down my super speed didn't help. I don't know if you can even see what's happening in this video at this point. And Nylon Genesis says, I recently got into Homestuck, and one of the things that amazed me about the comic was I turned off the fucking Pokegear. I turned it to the music channel with my EX chip. Yeah, Pokemon Lullaby? No, I want the other one. No, I want the other one. The Wakes Up. I don't... Look at the guide. Wait, you can make Latios and Latias appear by giving an item to the girl? I didn't know that. That's cool. Alright, and I can fight Suicune. On that route where I haven't had an encounter. Hold on, I am trying to find where on the guide it covers this route. Because, again, I don't know this endgame very... Wait, hold on, you can fucking see it, because I browsed away from the comment. Hold on, let me finish reading that comment first. I recently got into Homestuck, and one of the things that amazed me about the comic was how well they handled a lot more of the more heavily psychological topics such as abuse, trauma, and mental illness. It made me realize why the fandom has continued to live and thrive as long as it has. I don't know if it handles mental illness that well. Abuse, yes, but mental illness, Gamzee's not great about that. I absolutely... Homestuck, despite its flaws, is a good webcomic with good characters and good arcs. I agree with that completely. I absolutely adore Dave because he's such a stark example of this. He embodies the goofy insanity of the comic as well as the fucked up aspects that really show if you think about it too long. Example, his brother fighting with a puppet is really funny until you realize this brother is an adult and he is a 13-year-old kid who is being forced to fight for his life for the sake of a game disc. Yes, I talked about that in the video. Dave's a good character. Snorlax, not on this part. Snorlax, how do I make Snorlax wake up so I can go fight Pewter City? I turned to the radio to the Pokeflute channel. I did. That's what it says on the guide to do. This is the Pokemon Music channel. No. And how do I do the, like, Sinnoh sound? Where do I get that chip? Like, I tuned the music. Like, I keep the game muted. I'm going to unmute the game so I can maybe figure out if this is going. Yeah, it's going. Wait, do you have to go to it through the other route? No, that'd be ridiculous. Hold on. So this is going. I turned it off. The music is going. Why can't I interact with this? Hold on. Do I have to examine it and then put the music on? Is that what it says? This is weirdly unintuitive. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. Wish I had a bulldozer and a bunch of guns to get through here, because this is a tremendous injustice that this is mildly annoying me. And as we all know, mild annoyances justify murder. I'm gonna look it up. How do I wake it up? How do I wake it up? PokemonDatabase.net. I really don't play this game that much. Top center. Oh, so it's not one of the stations. It's a secret station. Oh, that's unintuitive that they have a Pokemon music channel. And then there's this. Awesome, awesome. We're fighting a Snorlax. We're fighting a Snorlax. Okay. Okay, hold on. I'm selecting another comment. Okay, so I just gotta catch the Snorlax, and then I will have a Snorlax, and I will end this video, which went a little long, but I got confused about a thing, and also I got into a really good tangent about why the Killdozer guy was a douchebag. Because, again, he was a douchebag. So the editing on the Batman videos is going well, by the way. I should tomorrow have the first one done, which is like an hour, and I finished writing the second one, which is like, ooh, I definitely gotta catch the Snorlax so I can get those leftovers. The second one, which is there, got a Snorlax. The second one, which will be 2.5 hours long, it's gonna be hell to get it done, but I should just barely be able to get it done. And Star Wyvern 010 is the name of this Snorlax, says, I really didn't expect to watch this entire thing. Well, when I stream the Firefox, it gets slower, that's part of it, but it's not all of it. Like, because I don't know what's going on. Anyway, Star Wyvern says, I didn't really expect to watch this entire thing in one sitting, but that was a damned fast 3 hours. I did read the epilogues when they came out and remember walking away with a bad taste in my mouth. Thank you for this analysis. I've been rereading Homestuck and I'm about 6